cheap car owner angered the Porsche owner because he did not give up his parking space to the Porsche owner. So the Porsche owner smashed the cheap car owner's glass without hesitation. She was so angry that she even asked her best friend to smash it with her. But the owner of the cheap car, the woman, stood aside and watched without changing her expression. She just asked the other party if she knew how much her car was worth. The Porsche owner, who had never seen the world, thought the woman's car was a cheap one. But she didn't know that the woman's car looked cheap but was actually worth tens of millions. The scheming woman realized that she had caused a big disaster, and she was destined to pay a heavy price for her behavior. It turned out that 10 minutes ago, the woman and the friends came together to attend a class reunion. It happened that there was only one parking space left in the parking lot. But as soon as the woman entered, the scheming woman showed up in a Porsche. Even though the security guard had told her that there were no parking spaces, the scheming woman still forced her car into the parking lot. She also kept honking the horn and flashing the headlights, hoping that the woman would give her a parking space. But the woman didn't want to pay attention to them and drove directly into the parking space. Seeing this, the scheming woman immediately got out of the car arrogantly and prepared to drive the woman away. It wasn't until the woman opened the car window that the scheming woman realized that the owner of this cheap car was actually the school beauty in her high school. The scheming woman had always been jealous that the woman was better than her in every way. Seeing the woman driving a cheap car, the scheming woman immediately took out a stack of banknotes and asked the woman to give up the parking space. But the woman didn't want to get entangled with the scheming woman. She was about to leave, but the scheming woman suddenly spoke harshly to the woman. She ridiculed the woman for being a money-loving person. The woman's best friend saw this and explained for the woman. She told everyone that the woman was the daughter of the richest man. The scheming woman laughed sharply when she heard it. She mistakenly thought that the woman's friends were bragging. At this time, the scheming woman's little fan came over. They claimed that the reason why their classmates could have a reunion in this luxury hotel today was all thanks to the scheming woman, because the owner of this hotel is the scheming woman's boyfriend, the scumbag. They don't know that this scumbag the woman's husband. The real owner of the hotel is actually a woman. The classmate discovered that the necklace worn by the scheming woman today was the necklace worth 3 million yuan that was auctioned a few days ago. The woman immediately remembered that her husband used her bank card to swipe 3 million yuan 3 days ago and said it was for investment. Even though the facts were highly consistent, the woman still didn't want to believe that her husband had betrayed her. But the next second, the woman was surprised to find that the Porsche driven by the scheming woman was hers. In order to find out the truth of the matter, the woman asked the scheming woman to prove that the scumbag was her boyfriend. The scheming woman immediately called the scumbag to tell him that she was bullied. After hearing this, the scumbag immediately ordered the cheap car owner. I didn't know that the cheap car owner he mentioned was the woman. The woman heard the voice on the phone. She realized that the scheming woman's boyfriend was actually her husband. The woman didn't expect that the resources she gave her husband would eventually become a bargaining chip for her husband to hurt her. So the woman immediately said that even if the scumbag came down in person, she would not move the car. The scumbag was furious after hearing this. He immediately ordered the security guard to go down to support the scheming woman. After the security guard came down, he recognized the woman at a glance. But the woman used her eyes to signal the security guard not to make a fuss. Then the security guard said that according to the rules, parking spaces follow the principle of first come first served. The scheming woman had no right to ask the woman to move the car. Seeing this, the scheming woman immediately called the scumbag. The scumbag was told about the situation over the phone. He immediately scolded the security guard for not moving the woman's car within 5 minutes. He would fire the security guard. But the security guard still said that according to the regulations, the parking space belongs to the woman. This moment made the scumbag very confused. He didn't understand why a security guard would go against him. So he immediately comforted the scheming woman and said he would come down soon. When the woman heard that the scumbag was going to come down, she couldn't help but feel a little bit of anticipation about what the scumbag would look like when he saw her later. At this time, the security guard learned that there was an extra empty parking space. He wanted to take the scheming woman to park the car, but the scheming woman refused to leave. She just wanted the woman's parking space. Seeing that the woman was unwilling to move the car away, the scheming woman actually took the man picked up a baseball bat and smashed the woman's car window. After she smashed the woman's car, she took out another 200,000 yuan, claiming that it was compensation for the woman. But the woman threw her bank card on the ground, because the 200,000 yuan couldn't even repair one of the woman's car mirrors. The uneducated scheming woman thought the woman was blackmailing her. After the security guard reminded her, the scheming woman's friends took out their mobile phones to check. They found out that the woman's car was worth 10 million yuan. This scared the scheming woman, so she immediately called the scumbag. She told the scumbag that she only smashed the woman's cheap car. The woman actually wanted her to pay 10 million yuan. The scumbag was a little bit angry, but as soon as the scheming girl started to act like a spoiled child, he immediately said that he would help her to pay the compensation. The next second, the scumbag called the woman. He lied that he had an urgent matter and asked the woman to transfer 20 million to him. The woman pretended that the signal was bad and hung up his phone directly. So the scumbag had to call the scheming woman. He asked the scheming woman to go to the class reunion first and she would take care of the rest. But the woman would not let the scheming woman leave without worrying about it. The woman ordered the security guard to arrest the scheming woman. The scheming woman was still very arrogant at this moment. She also threatened that when the scumbag came, she would immediately fire the person who caught her now. But the scheming woman didn't know that they would pay 1,000 times the price for this after the scumbag came down.